The first sip burned differently. It wasn't the champagne, I'd tasted enough of it at every corporate dinner to know that, but something bitter, metallic, hidden beneath the bubbles. I looked across the candlelit table at my wife, Eliza, who smiled too easily, too wide. "Happy anniversary, my love," she said, raising her glass. The soft golden glow of the restaurant chandeliers made her eyes shimmer, but it didn't hide the tremor in her hand. Something in me went cold. 20 years together. 2 decades of shared laughter, struggles, dreams, and lately, silence. A silence that felt like a stranger sleeping between us. Tonight was supposed to be our reset, a chance to breathe life into what we'd lost. But now, as I caught the faint scent of almonds from my champagne, the air shifted. I set the glass down. "You seem nervous," I said lightly. She blinked, surprised. "Nervous? No, I just excited. 20 years is a long time, right?" "Yeah," I said, staring into her eyes. "A very long time." I lifted my glass again but didn't drink. Instead, I smiled, just as easily, and reached across the table. "Let's toast properly." She hesitated, barely, but enough. Her fingers tensed on her stem. My heart pounded. I leaned in, eyes locked on hers, and swapped our glasses. "Switch," I said playfully. "For luck." A flicker of something, fear, shock, crossed her face, gone in an instant. "Sure," she said, voice tight. She raised the glass to her lips, took a sip. I watched her throat move as she swallowed, and a chill crawled through my veins. It had started months ago. Small things. Forgotten calls. Late nights at work. The scent of cologne that wasn't mine clinging to her scarf. But every time I tried to ask, she'd smile that same soft smile and touch my hand. "You're overthinking again, Daniel," she'd whisper. Maybe I was. Maybe I wanted to be. Until one night, I found her phone open on the counter. A message thread with C. "Can't wait to see you again. He's clueless." And her reply, "He always is." That was the night I stopped sleeping. But I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I became a ghost in my own house, watching, listening, waiting. Every lie, every half-truth, every nervous laugh was another brick in the wall I was building. I needed to understand what she was capable of. And tonight, I got my answer. She set her glass down, exhaling softly. "You're staring," she said with a nervous laugh. "Just appreciating you," I murmured. The waiter arrived with our meals, her favorite seared duck breast, my steak. Candlelight flickered between us, the world around us fading into murmurs and silverware clinks. "You know," I said after a long silence, "I almost didn't come tonight." She froze mid-bite. "What?" I wasn't sure it was worth celebrating. Us. Her fork clattered softly against the plate. "Daniel, what are you?" "You ever wonder," I continued, my voice low, steady, "how many lies can fit into 20 years of marriage?" Color drained from her face. "Daniel." "Don't," I said sharply. "I read the messages. See, the weekends you said you were with your sister. The hotel receipts on the credit card." Tears welled in her eyes. "I can explain." "I'm sure you can," I said. "But what I don't understand, Eliza, is why you felt the need to spike my drink tonight." Her lips parted, horror flickering across her face. "What are you talking about?" "I tasted it," I said quietly. "A hint of something bitter. You were nervous. You kept glancing at your bag. You switched your glass when I wasn't looking. Only you didn't expect me to notice." Her breathing quickened. "You're being paranoid." "Maybe." I leaned back. "Then drink the rest." She froze. The air between us thickened. I pushed the glass toward her. "Go ahead. Toast again. To 20 years of love and loyalty." "Daniel, please. Drink it." Her fingers trembled around the stem. I watched her chest rise and fall, her eyes darting toward the exit. Panic. Guilt. Fear. It was all there. I leaned closer. "Who is he, Eliza? Who's worth killing your husband for?" Her face twisted, and for a moment, the mask fell. You don't understand, she hissed. It was never supposed to go this far. He said if I didn't, he'd tell you everything. About us. About the money. My pulse roared in my ears. Money. Tears streaked down her cheeks. I borrowed from him, Daniel. Years ago. To pay off the debt when your company almost went under. I thought I could fix it before you found out. But he wanted more. He threatened me. And you thought poisoning me would fix that. She shook her head violently. It was just supposed to make you sick. Just enough to fake something, get sympathy, buy me time. Buy you time, I repeated, my voice hollow. She reached for me, sobbing. Please, I didn't want to lose you. I still love you. I stood, pushing back my chair. The sound sliced through the murmuring restaurant like a blade. You lost me a long time ago. She gasped suddenly, clutching her stomach. The color drained from her skin. The glass tipped, spilling golden liquid across the white tablecloth. Eliza. Her eyes widened, confusion twisting into terror. What did you? I stepped closer, my voice barely above a whisper. I didn't spike your drink, Eliza. You did. Her knees buckled, and she collapsed, the room erupting in shouts and movement. I stood frozen, watching as people rushed to her, the waiter yelling for help. The taste of bitterness still lingered in my mouth, not from the champagne, but from everything that led us here. Later, as the ambulance lights painted the night in red and blue, I sat outside the restaurant, the cold air cutting through the numbness. The police would call it accidental ingestion. I'd cooperate. Tell them I was as shocked as anyone. I'd even cry, real tears, maybe. Because the truth was, I hadn't meant for it to end like this. I only wanted her to face what she'd done. To see her reflection in the darkness she created. But fate, as always, has a cruel sense of irony. The detective approached, his face solemn. Sir, they're taking her to the hospital. They think she'll make it. I nodded slowly. Good, I said. When he left, I turned to the empty champagne flute still on the table beside me, the faintest glimmer of bubbles fading into nothing. 20 years of love. 20 years of lies. And one night that finally made them equal. I whispered into the wind, Happy anniversary, Eliza.